46 years ago, today, Jim Davis birthed into the universe a cosmic orange oracle, and we have been singing and dancing and eating and fighting dogs along with him ever since.
Oh, happy Monday, everyone. And join us as we plumb the depths of these three panels like the spider-hating, lasagna-loving tarot cards that they are on this Garf Day.
This is Mystic
Lasagna. Wow.
Happy birthday to Garfield. Happy birthday to Garfield.
No last name, no middle name.
There's another big important day today.
And celebrate that one first. And then if you have any extra effort, just celebrate Garfield. But it's okay if you don't.
Candle in a lasagna.
Yeah.
With lots of layers.
Hey.
Happy Monday, Paul.
Happy Monday, Alex. Happy Monday. What a day it is today.
It is a day. We are recording it and releasing it here on June 19th.
Juneteenth, first and foremost. Bank holiday, y'all. It's happening. It's all over. It's a straight up Fed.
It's been a federal holiday for 2 whole years. It's got 44 years of catching up to do.
That's right.
For whose day it truly is.
A lot of catching up.
Oh, man. Oh, I think this is the first time that we've actually gotten to record on the day, for sure.
I know. It's pretty amazing. And that the day is a Monday.
Yep. Monday birthday.
You know?
Yeah, I'm sure this is probably the, 6th or 7th one of the time that's happened, something like that. I think
so.
He's 46.
Yeah.
46.
Yeah.
46 turns around the sun. Whatever 46 times 365 is. Let's do some math.
It's a lot of days, a lot of comic strips. What's it going to be?
Fucking 16,790 strips.
Oh my gosh. And we're going to read each one aloud.
Speed read. We're to speed run Garfield's whole thing right now. Everybody's strapped. You're going to want to turn this on to 8x speed, baby. Here we go.
Yeah. Just blast through it. I'm excited for us to read all the comics as we have promised today.
That would be some Mr. Beast-ass video shit, right? Like, that's how we truly would get famous. It's just like a live stream of, like, me not moving and, like, wetting myself. You and I, like, filibustering the entire Garfield canon.
Yeah. Look, we just want to give people Teslas, and this is the only way we can, okay? It's 2023. Give us a friggin' break.
Give us a break.
The TikTok is TikToking.
I'm gonna
you know
read
what I mean?
16
time is TikToking.
1,000 comic strips in a row and then start a ghost kitchen.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hi.
I just want to make burgers.
I'm
okay?
Mr. Lasagna. That should be the name. We're changing the name of the podcast to Mr. Lasagna. And now we're a charity stunt podcast about Garfield.
Oh, please.
We just give, like, lasagnas to homeless shelters. That's it. Just each. Yeah. All lasagna-based.
Which is helpful.
This is me being buried alive in a lasagna.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can't breathe, but I can eat.
I can eat my way out of this. I've got a lasagna. All these homeless people get a big lasagna. Yeah, man. Oh, that's crazy. Happy birthday to Garfield. We're glad that you're here. It is your birthday. It's your big special energy day. I'm curious to see what sort of randomized thing we get.
I know. I wonder if GoComics.com even knows that it's the birthday, you know?
I mean,
if it has like a little spice on the random comic.
Oh, you think that like the algorithm knows what's up, and so like every day, I mean,
Maybe.
It would be beautiful if I were an AI.
Yeah.
If I were an AI, I would absolutely, like, on such a day. Like, I'm looking at the comic from today. It is very boring. I will very quickly go. The comic today is literally Garfield comes on tap dancing. He's doing like an Irish. Here, I'll share it with you so you can see it. He's doing.
Let me see this thing.
He's doing like a river dance.
Oh, very cool. No arms, all legs.
No arms,
Love
all
it.
legs. He's got his arms crossed and he's doing tappities and he's doing the thing where his face is up in the air. He's doing that cat smile. And then he does a like pirouette, like he puts his finger on his nose and spins around and then starts with the like tappity as he like taps the like tappity he does when he moves onto screen. It's like the beginning of the TV show.
Oh,
and
sure.
it's just John and he says, "Happy birthday, Garfield," and there's a present. Like it's just Garfield being pumped about his birthday, which, you know.
No mention of Juneteenth, Jim Davis. Jeez. Wow.
It's hard when you have to share your birthday with a big thing, right? Think about all the poor December 25th.
Poor Garfield.
The poor 20. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people out there that are like, "Happy birthday to me." And I guess we celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. There's angels and the shepherds are scared. And 3 wise men threw myrrh on me. You know, like, it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. It is tough, actually.
It's hard.
It is hard.
I don't know anybody with a Halloween birthday, but that would be annoying every year. It would be really obnoxious every year if you were just like, "I just want some cake," and people were like, "Here's some fun-sized Kit Kats, motherfucker."
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of cool. I'm close to Halloween, but I'm not on it. I get to have a special day before the big day.
It doesn't fuck you up, right? You don't get joint Halloween birthday presents. It's not the like, "Oh, we would love to give you a cake, but we can't. Here's a shitload of candy corn." Fuck you.
Yeah. Sorry. I will say I like when Garfield is pirouetting. He just like fur and like just like clumps are falling off of his body.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, he can move.
Like pieces of his orange Garfield self.
Oh yeah. Garfield got moves like,
look at that.
Like Jagger. Garfield got moves like Twyla. Garfield got moves like Michael fucking Flatley, Lord of the Goddamn Dance.
Oh, wow.
Garfield can absolutely get down.
Yeah. It's a little Martha Graham there.
Yes.
You know? Very abstract.
Madonna. Twyla. Martha Graham. Fosse. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like that.
Yep. That's from the Birdcage. Remember Birdcage? It was a good one.
Oh, my gosh. It's been a long time.
Yeah. That's good shit. But anyway, that's the day. And happy birthday to Garfield. This is, of course, a cosmic Garfield podcast. So we're not necessarily concerned with, like, when he emerged. It's pretty cool to have a date on that, though. But, you know, Garfield's really always been here, and he always will be. And we are lucky enough to exist in the same sort of
plane.
We get to walk along the infinity table with this orange oracle for a little while. And, you know, when I'm having a bad day, that's a little fact that
what happens
keeps me coming back for more, you know?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, Jim Davis knows what he's doing. He's capturing something that touches all of us. If you're a human, if you have eyes and ears and a brain, you've probably run into Garfield at some point, if you know it or not.
Eyes and ears and a brain.
T-shirt, a phone washing up on the beach.
Yep. A Garfield. I was just out west for a weekend last weekend after we recorded the last one.
Hell yeah!
I saw a bunch of Garfields. I saw him in the airport.
Oh,
I saw his ass in like when I was at the Chihuly glass blowing exhibit in Tacoma, Washington. I looked up. I was like blown away by the beauty of Dan Chihuly's glass art. If you're not familiar, is wacky. And
no,
like, are you not familiar? Oh man.
I don't know Dan Chihuly at all.
Chihuly's glass art is good shit.
Whoa.
I mean, he's prolific. And I think he was from Tacoma.
Is that the dude? Is that him with the eyepatch?
Yeah, dude, he's fucking a goofball, dude. He's like a weird glass artist pirate. And, yeah, look at all these, like, he makes these huge chandeliers and shit. Here's the one I was looking at. I was looking at that the other day. I was like, they're these massive chandeliers and like these huge installations and shit. And they all look like underwater. They're very cool. And he's insanely prolific. Crazy. Like, look at this shit. Like, these huge jellyfish-looking massive glass art installations, and a bunch of them are permanent fixtures in downtown Tacoma, Washington, where my aunt and uncle live. So we went out there before, and, like, look at this fucker. He looks like Jim Davis. He looks like Werner Herzog is a pirate. And
yeah. Plus, there's just a little bit of sprinkling of Jim in there.
well, I mean, he's an old white man, so yeah, he looks like Jim Davis without a beard. But yeah, man, and he just like masterminds now, and they do these massive exhibitions. It's very, very cool. So I was being blown away by some of this. There's a whole bunch of stuff that he has in downtown, like outside of the Glass Museum in Tacoma, and like he apparently for a while did a bunch of stuff with like he would carve little like cherub, like Renaissance cherubs, right, out of like glass. And then it was them with like squids, like interacting with squids on top of like urns. And I was sitting there contemplating like undersea life and like Greco-Roman ceramic making, and also like the Renaissance, and also it was a lot. And then I looked up and I was like, well, fuck me, Jim Davis in the mix, because there's a Garfield clinging to a window right on an apartment right above this bridge.
Just looking, just also contemplating.
Yeah.
Just Garfield thinking, do all babies during the Renaissance fly around with little diapers on? Is that what Renaissance babies are like?
Their tiny glass penises were out.
Were they all
penises?
Just tiny? Were they all just tiny nude babies flying around in the Renaissance?
Yep. I mean, they probably were. Also, Dale Chihuly. Excuse me. I said, Dan, I don't want to get added.
That's okay, Dale.
Dale Chihuly, glass pirate. Anyway,
what a cool dude! Holy cow!
I was out there.
I freaking love that though. I love things that you can look at that, like, I don't know, just that. I'm looking at these pieces are so massive and so like
they're huge,
foreign
installations
and abstract,
and they ship them around, and like they put them in.
Cool.
They used to put them at there's a big garden in Nashville where they would like do a big installation every year out near Chaffin's Barn Dinner Theater where I used to work, and I'd get blasted and go wander around in it, and just like it was all lit up, but they like you just got like warehouses full of this shit.
Oh yeah, just keeping that bubble wrap industry afloat.
Yeah, for
Am
sure.
I right?
I mean, I think they made a documentary about like moving this shit around, and somebody makes custom cases for like every piece.
Jeez,
nuts.
That's nuts.
So anyway, if
I love that though. I love that unlocks like it's that kind of stuff that if you look at it long enough, I mean, you can't help but be unlocked, right?
Yeah.
Especially something that massive and that like weird and foreign and like disruptive in the space.
Yeah, absolutely. And like a whole bunch of them in the old like courthouse there in Tacoma that I was like, that first one I showed you, I was like standing underneath a week ago. And disruptive is right. Like they're really, it's like he made glass ocean pieces and put them everywhere. Okay, here you go. This one,
tight.
I walked under. This is the, it's called like ocean ceiling or something like that. And it's all backlit and you walk under it and it's sealed, and like, they're clearly all these, I mean, there's thousands of pieces of glass, right? Thousands. And clearly Dale was like sitting under it with his one fucking eye, like pointing and going like, no, move that an inch to the left, move that an inch to the left. So he's just got all these people helping him like execute his like glass Jackson Pollock visions.
That's
so
so
cool.
Freaking cool.
Yeah.
Does he have a glass eye?
I don't know. But
whoa.
Chihuly.
Wait.
Glass eye? Question mark?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh no, somebody put a fucking Mad Eye Moody.
Oh no.
Like Mad Eye Moody.
Oh wow. Holy cow. Man. That's
wild.
Funny. I really hope he does. I hope he like got to design his own.
Right.
Also, I have a question. If is there a point when you are like a semi-famous, even well-known artist where you can truly just name your piece as anything you want to, like just looking around the room, like doo-doo lampshade?
I mean, yeah, I think so, because at that point,
can of peach water loose seltzer in my hand.
I mean, at a certain point, right, if you start out like that, it seems lazy, right? It's the thing where like Pablo Picasso gets to have his self-portrait at 75 is cubist nonsense. Yeah. But like if you're 17 and you just do that, it's like it's a bunch of squiggles, you fuck. Like you have to you have to master it at first, and then eventually, if
and
you're
then you're
like,
free.
yeah, if your first performance art piece is like you sitting in the middle of a room drinking a Coca-Cola, whatever. But like, but eventually, right? Was it Tilda Swinton who like lived in a box?
Tilda lived in a box?
Didn't somebody live in a box for like I'm gonna just Google. We will talk about Garfield
Isn't
in a
there
minute.
like a who's the famous
Tilda
who's the
Swinton
performance artist that got shot? Irina Abramovich?
Look, Tilda Swinton
What's
glass
the
box
name?
is the first thing that pops up.
No, she
lived
in
a glass box in the MoMA for like
what?
a hot
Tilda
minute.
did that?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Hold on.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Good for Tilda.
Yeah, dude.
That's
she just
amazing.
like lived in a fucking box in the MoMA for like a hot minute.
Oh, I love that. When was that? 2013.
I kept meaning to go see her. I lived here. It was 2013.
I know,
it was
me
like
too.
the era of my life when all I did was work.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
But yeah, we were in New York for the like several weeks that Tilda Swinton was just like living in a
Tilda.
box in front of everybody. There was like a little bathroom in the corner that she went to, and other than that, she just like laid there and slept, and people went and looked at her.
That's crazy.
And if you're not Tilda Swinton, it's still cool, but you're just a guy in a box.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so like to your point, I think at a certain point, once you've established yourself as an artist, you can do. I mean, like if Jim Davis just drew a picture of a fucking turd and like put it on the internet, people would be like, "Why?"
Yeah, that would be huge. That would be news.
Anything that you do becomes a part of your art, which is the best.
Yeah.
Like after 280 episodes of a Garfield podcast, if you just only talk about glass blowing art for 45 minutes, it's still a Garfield podcast because we're still
Let's
here.
do it.
We talked about Garfield and his presence in our lives.
He was in
Shall we hit a random comic here?
Why not?
I
love this energy.
Yeah, me too.
I want to stare at something and contemplate
Random comic
until it changes before our very eyes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, look at that. All right. We've got some demanding John in the beginning here. Nice infinity table setting.
This really just
start off with.
Absolutely. I just read it real fast. Like, I don't usually do that, but this absolutely locks into the shit we've been yammering about for the last 10 minutes. I love it.
Oh, wait, should we go through it?
Let's absolutely go through it. No, stop yourself. Way to go.
I've stopped.
You're right. Demanding John. John's there. John, we are in a...
He's pissed.
Infinity table, periwinkle table, sort of a...
Yeah.
Of like... It's smashed pea or like a muted seafoam background. It's not
it's a nice
color.
combo of those. Yeah, it's not fun like 80s seafoam at all.
No, it's a very like the color palette here is very like soothing mental ward colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm
medieval
you down.
like. Yeah.
Medieval. Yes, they're good color
medieval.
palette to sit in the middle of and illuminate manuscripts too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. John's got his eyes slanted downwards. He is pissed. His lids are he's devious.
Devious is absolutely it. He's got a politician speech like vibe going on. And he says, "Ambition, that's what I need." Like he's like,
Thwunk.
Huzzah! Very very like let's get it on attitude.
Yeah. He chunks his hand down, just funk right by Garfield's foot. Garfield is lying down, totally grounded, all chakras to the infinity table.
I love it when he's
looking
like this.
up though.
Yeah,
looking up on his back.
It's
still receiving.
It's is it vinyasa?
Energy.
What's the at the end of yoga when you're like it's the death plank pose?
It is. I think it is vinyasa.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And this is, let's look it up. I've Googled 1,000 things already this episode. We might as well keep going.
Yeah, and Garfield throughout all these panels so far is motionless in death pose, whatever it be named.
I'm just going to do yoga death pose.
Yeah. This is like gonna come up.
Shavasana. My bad.
Oh.
Again, just fucking everything up. But yeah, he's
part
like
of me was kind of hoping though that that yoga death pose was gonna show the like most dangerous yoga pose that one can ever do.
Do not attempt.
Yeah, like the 3-finger death punch, but it's the yoga pose. It's like, if there's someone in your class that's a little difficult, yoga instructors, just tell them to do this pose. It'll kill them. It'll kill them.
If you do the radiating walrus, your kidneys will explode into your guts.
Yeah.
Shoot out of your asshole across the room.
No.
Yeah. Shavasana.
Don't
Vinyasa is
do
the
it.
like a cycle. A vinyasa is the like move through.
Oh, okay.
Ambition. I mean, these 3 panels are a vinyasa of the idea of getting anything done. He slams it down, right? And then the second panel, there's just a moment. All of a sudden, his eyelids drop. His hand sits there after having slammed down in a fury. It now just sort of sits flaccid, useless.
Yeah, it was, no power
He's
in that at all.
still gripping, but he's gripping nothing. Yeah, exactly. The force has already been expelled, right? He just takes all of his energy and goes, I'm going to do something.
Yeah, no.
And then he just sits there. And then we go to the third and final panel. And right after that moment, John says, sounds hard though, doesn't it?
Yes. And then Garfield says, welcome to my world, Kimosabi.
Full Shavasana. Uses the Kimosabi in 2009, no less. Busts out a Kimosabe.
Wow. With an accent aigu, at least, at the very least.
Kimosabe. Yeah. Yeah. Very,
Wow.
Man, I love that. He just used all of his energy saying he should do something. I'm going to get it done. Oof.
Isn't that the best? That's the to-do list dilemma, All right, I spent 2 hours making my to-do list, and it is tight. It has everything listed for the day, and I'm exhausted.
I'm so tired thinking about
I'm
accomplishing
so tired
things.
Right now. Wow, this is long.
Ooh. I thought about the path to victory, and I'm positive I could do it, but it just seems exhausting. It isn't that good enough. Yeah. I'm positive I could. I read a listicle about how to run a marathon, and now I know I could run a marathon, so I don't need to run a marathon.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, too, that, if you really, if you know that you need to work out and you're like, all right, I need to work out today. It's going to be a great workout. I'm going to figure out where to go. I'm going to go to the pool. Maybe I'll go to the Y. I'll write down a list of all the places that I'm going to work out at, and I'm going to map it out. So I have 2 hours out of every day where after work I can work out where I won't be too tired. And all of that energy is satiates your actual physical desire to work out.
Absolutely. You feel like you've eaten the meal. It's placebo accomplishments.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's tons of placebo accomplishment. They're so easy, right? There's just, you make the bed or something and you're like, yes, I have taken charge of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard though because there are those little things are really important though, it is important to plan and map and even if it is a small habit, tiny habits, making those little things.
If you haven't
it's important.
Mowed your lawn in a while, it's hard to start the lawnmower, right?
Ooh,
you're fucking sitting there
sure.
and your goddamn arm's about to give out because you haven't fucking yanked the cord in a while and you're and you just get desperate, right? You get pissed off and you start just hit that little weird rubber button. I don't know what the fuck this does, but it's something. Yes.
Oh, I forgot about the rubber button.
You're this puts gas into, let me put gas, prime the choke or whatever the fuck. And you're just saying weird shit to yourself that you've never heard before. You're just ambition. That's what fucking mow this fucking.
Yeah.
And then
I got this.
And I've also gotten to the point where we were trying to start a chainsaw a couple months ago when we were hanging out, chainsawing some shit. And I
wait, when were you hanging out chainsawing?
It was when
stuff?
I went up upstate.
in the woods.
It was when I went upstate with Adam and Stein, and we ran around eating mushrooms, and I had one of the best nights ever. It was the next day, And like we were trying to get this thing, and our buddy Zach was like, "Okay, all right, I'm gonna give it one more pull, and if it doesn't work, fuck this." And he gives it one more pull, and it starts up, and we're like, "Fuck yeah, here we go." But it's that like, you know, God, we got all the stuff together, and we hooked up the trailer, and we got ready. We were going to like fuck up a tree that was about to fall in the road, and we're like, "We'll just take care of it, and we'll have some fun chainsaw." And yeah, it's the same deal with your mowing your lawn. And then, goddamn, once the chainsaw's going, right? Fuck that tree right up. Once your lawnmower's going, man, you just mow the lawn. You just get into the groove.
Let it take you.
Yeah, you're just walking and pushing. The apparatus that makes that makes accomplishing the task easy, i.e., mow lawn, work out. You know, like you've got to, it's the picking a gym and signing up for the gym and getting workout clothes and like, and going and establishing a routine and learning how to use the things and doing the research so that you don't fucking hurt yourself because you're an old ass man and you don't want to give yourself yet another hernia. That shit's exhausting.
It is. But it's also good. It's like, how do you like tell yourself that stuff is necessary, but then also you're like, it's not the thing, but it is needed. You know, it's like it's needed to accomplish the thing.
Well, I think,
but you can't just stop.
I think his problem here, like in the strip, is that it's like not directed at all, right? Ambition. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck is that, dude? Like you're
trying
just like,
hard.
I'm gonna today I start doing. It's like fucking pick a thing.
Yeah, the scope is way too huge.
Massive.
The scope is everything.
I'm going to become an ambitious, driven person. And then when you like try to look at all of that, you lose your mind. Like last week we were talking about sort of like soft focusing and like letting your like mind go a couple steps in front and like letting your feet work it out. I think this is almost the opposite of that, where it's like what you've got to do is like you have to pick a thing and go like, instead of ambition, it's what I need. It's like, I will write 500 words on a page every day this week. You don't give a shit about what. They don't have to be part of a book. They don't have to be directed to anything. It's just like, I'm going to write. And then you get into the groove of writing because you don't have to think about, like, you don't have to worry about, like, if you're like, I'm going to write a novel. The fucking, like, every time I do something like that, I'm like, I'm going to write a book. My brain is immediately like, how am I going to market it? What's it going to be for? And you start like going, you just get too big, too fast.
You know what that is? That's paralysis by analysis, baby. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I know it. I know it well. You're like, okay, well, if there's all of these steps, I can't do all that at once.
I mean, how long have you been running your small business,
dude? You don't have to. I guess almost
a fucking decade,
10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, if you'd have just at day one just been like, I'm gonna do this. And I know you guys, there's some lofty goals, but right, like you had to like bake a fucking kolache first and eat it and go like, that's good, before you started like trying to market it.
Oh yeah, there always will and always will be the little tiniest things that work towards the medium and then the big, and it's like impossible. It's impossible just to start with ambition.
Yeah, you can't just be like, I'm gonna take over the New York City handheld food market. Let's go.
Yeah, yes. And
but
there's no
even that's better than being like,
it.
I'm gonna be a restaurateur. Like that second you do that, you're like, well, where do I start? Fuck it. It gets blank pagey, right? And you're like, eh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, blank pagey, and also like, there's nothing linked to it to make you move past your fist pounding on a table. You know,
right. You've expended the energy. Bam.
Yeah. If you're like ambition, great. Undefined, unconnected to your passion. Like there's nothing to like fuel you forward at all.
Sounds hard though, doesn't it? Like you have to like, the first thing you have to do is go like, you just can't start out with, I'm going to be different. It has to be directed. You've got to be like, a jog. That's what I need to go for. And then like look around and
also
go, like,
why I like jogging so that I can continue jogging. You know, I want that runner's high.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yep.
I like the water.
Yep. And you've got to order shoes. That's part of it. Like, you've got to order shoes.
Gotta run with shoes, you guys.
You got to get them.
How many times have we told you?
Stop running barefoot.
Yeah.
You're going to hurt yourself. There's glass.
Yeah. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Someone threw a Corona on the ground right outside your house. Some delivery driver took a bottle full of piss and whipped it at your stoop, and now you got piss stoop. So put some shoes on.
No.
It's not by my stoop. There's just always pee bottles. I'd say
insane.
60% of the time when I'm walking my dog, there's a new bottle of pee. And every once in a while, it's a really
60%?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
There's
Wait, it's a really impressive what?
Sometimes it's a really impressive amount of urine. Every once in a while. There was a fucking 2 liter of like Coca-Cola full of
gross.
Human, super dehydrated human urine. It looked like Mountain Dew, but it were not.
Terrible. Oh,
yeah.
No.
Talk about those people with maybe too much ambition. Just like
That's rough.
And it's because we're right next to an off ramp of the highway, so people would just like, I guess, pull up and are just like, whoop, just chuck the thing. And,
look, if that's your ambition, if that's your goal, and you've planned for it, and you've connected it to your passions, go for it and live your life and pee in those bottles and put them everywhere. Put them all over Alex's neighborhood.
I might push back on that, bud.
Everyone go to Alex's neighborhood.
It's not even that I'm worried about the ambition. I'd say that is, you've got too much undirected ambition at that point. At that point, you're just nothing but a human fist slam, and it's like, hey man, you're wasting a lot of energy driving fucking food around. Like, you could be also taking some of that, like, take a second and like find a bathroom to use, you know, and like enjoy relieving yourself, not like in your fucking car in between running hamburgers around Brooklyn. Like, you've clearly got the drive. Maybe direct that energy a little bit. That's somebody who's like all ambition and is like a dream. That's what I need. They're just Ubering as hard as they can.
Success,
or like a plan. Yes, a plan to make generational wealth. That's what I need.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, like a fucking 401k, a health savings account. Yeah, I mean, anything like that's that. Like, it's almost the exact opposite of this, where it's just like I'll fucking piss in the bathroom when I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm fucking.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna get every goddamn hamburger I can. Fucking sushi for all of Sunset Park. Here we go. Take it. Man. Yeah. I mean, that's energy direction. So yeah, man, this is I'm little things for me. And it works both ways. I've talked about the Beowulf musical I've been working on for how long now. And
oh yeah.
I was like,
but you're doing it though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I was reading a book I just finished, and I read the little acknowledgments, and it was like, this book was 10 years in the writing, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, it does. It can take it. I mean, that started off with like, I want to write a book about Achilles, and like they, didn't know how, and then figured out how, and took it one step at a time, as opposed to just being like, I'm gonna be a writer. Like, you gotta do it. Gotta do it. And yeah, man. I've been working on it, but like I'm trying to like get it finished, and I keep doing this thing where I'm like, I'm gonna finish it by the end of this month, and it never does anything. It never helps at all. When I'm like, I'm gonna have this written by the end of the month. That's not helpful. It's like, what are you gonna do next? Honestly, it's like, I'm gonna be a spiritual person. Like, fucking, what is do one thing, do a thing.
Yeah,
steps.
Write it out, plan that shit, and then move past the to-do list.
Yeah, plan one thing, maybe. Yeah. Don't even make a to-do list.
Yeah.
Like, start making the to-do list, and once there's one thing on that to-do list, go and fucking do it. Yeah. That's the first. Okay, so this is the first thing I need to do. Shoes. If I'm going to get in shape, I need shoes to run in. I can buy some shoes.
Check.
Yeah. And when you've got them, put them on. then go for a run. And
once you're there,
then start timing and distancing and sign up for a turkey trot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm all keyed up now, though.
I know, me too. I'm gonna go write a list.
Doing stuff, yeah, man. I've got a list. I have a list right here. I've got some lists.
Knock it out.
Here's some lists. Here's some lists on my that I'm looking at on my desk. This one says Monday Rita's lasagna in paradise, pans, fins.
Yes.
Garfield looks
Yes.
at 40 and volcano. These are the 5 songs
Done.
that I am like sitting here looking at and need to write to make this Garfield Jimmy Buffett EP that I want to give you people. But
Please,
I
I'm waiting.
I gotta do it.
I cannot wait. I will play bass or something if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll try.
We'll figure it out.
I'll try to play an
Oh,
instrument.
we'll figure it out, man. I really would like to do that as a Mystic Lasagna live in the not too distant future.
I just want it to be the full concert.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I got a drummer I can get, and yeah, we'll figure
Perfect.
it out. It'll be beautiful.
Yes.
Be beautiful. Maybe that's your like. What if it's the first time you play like a guitar in front of people?
Done.
Hell
I
yes.
think that's very
He's
worthy.
ready. He doesn't need ambition. He's got ambition. He needs a checklist, people, and I've
That's
given
right.
it to him.
That's right. I'm ready to go.
Here's an assignment, baby. Fucking chug you some of them Waterloos and let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to go between G and D quickly.
That's
Yeah.
half of Margaritaville right there, baby.
Perfect. I knew.
The other
I
half
just,
is a
I had a
C,
feeling.
and also going salt, salt, salt. So
Done.
you're almost there. Friends, thank you so
Cheese,
much for
cheese,
being here.
cheese.
Happy birthday again to Garfield. Follow
Happy
us at
birthday,
Mystic
old
Lasagna.
guy.
You old guy. You 46-year-old bastard.
You bastard.
You old bastard. You old bastard, Garfield the cat. Look at you, you son of a bitch.
Jim, you're doing good too. Shout out to you, old Jim.
All
my
right.
boy.
Dale Chihuly and your one eye. Way
Wow.
to go.
So glad that
Yeah.
I know him now.
Fucking glass pirate. Hell yeah. I mean, that dude too, right? You don't start out by being like, I'm going to be the most prolific glass artist ever. Nah, you just fucking make a naked baby out of glass and go, all right, what am I going to do with this? I guess I'll show it to somebody. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, put a squid on it.
Look, I made this Renaissance baby out of glass and it's sitting on a squid. Does that make you feel anything?
Yeah. Yes.
It does? Sweet. I'll make tons more.
Ah.
Stand the fuck back. You guys like this shit? I can do this forever. I'm at R. Alex Murray.
Oh, I'm at Pashy Pashy.
Until next time, slam that fist.
Yeah. Move past the list.
Oh, I want to rhyme something really bad. Don't get pissed.
Hey, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Slam that fist. Move past the list. Don't get
Don't
pissed.
get pissed.
Lasagnaste.
Missing sock.
Oh, there it is.